Welcome to Shyzabox, here's your host. Oh yeah! Whoa, ho, 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 ho. Whoa, horsey! Whoa, Sony pony, slow down! Ho, 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 ho! Whoa! Get out of here! And the horse you rode in on! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome everybody that decided to come here! Stop forwarding us the link, son of a bitch! Hey, whoa, 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 whoa! Little early for that, isn't it? Yeah, well, we just figured that, we didn't want you forwarding us the link anymore. Well, whatever. Shut up, monkey. Whatever. This shit sucks. Don't watch this, everybody. Go away. Oh, shut up, monkey. Anyhow, today we have got a show for you. And you might be saying, no way we're following monkey's advice and getting the fuck out of here. All right, well, whatever. Leave us a buck on the way out. We're doing the show anyway. So, of course, without further ado, for all ones of you that stuck around because they need to, really be entertained by the best there is, and let's be honest, that's why you're here. Now, we're not saying we're the best there is, but we are the best of the worst internet celebrities, and whilst that's not necessarily like bragging about anything remarkable or anything like that, we have made it to the big time and are on the internets. So, it's not easy being a shitty internet celebrity, but someone has to do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, that fucking... Sorry, you're waiting to be entertained, you see? We're important enough already to keep you around to watch this. No, fuck that. That was the last straw. See ya. Whatever. So, we have got a remarkable kind of, alright, whatever. We are talking today about how Gamepass has been just completely knocking it out of the park as of late, and of course have finally hit their stride. And you might be saying to yourself, like, what are some examples? Things of that nature. Okay, we'll tell you. Gamepass has been dropping so many games as of late that they have finally hit that stride seemingly to where anyone who was questioning their investment in it on a monthly subscription to Game Pass, motherfucker, right? Which us here at Shyzabox, we're all about that monthly subscription to Game Pass because we're all things Xbox, right? Hell yeah. But for everyone who was beginning to give up hope and think like, hey, all of these free perks that we keep getting for Valorant weapon charms and that one skin we got for Overwatch 2 a few months back. You might have been at your, kind of thinking point of, what is the benefit of my 20 whatever bucks a month for this subscription? And aside from the fact it's going to a good cause, motherfucking Xbox, right? You might have started questioning it, saying, is it worth it? Am I really going to attach this weapon charm to my Apex Legends gun to the, fact that I don't even have the game downloaded? Should I download it to equip this weapon charm Xbox has gifted me as a perk for my membership and shelling out that fee, right? No, I don't think I will download Apex Legends, but why am I paying for this? And then all of a sudden, Phil Spencer kicks it into gear, and we'll take some liberties and do a little reenactment, okay, with a lot of conjecture and liberties on our part, okay? This isn't exactly necessarily how it went down, but in some parallel alternate universe somewhere, some aspect of it might be a little feasible. So, without further ado, of course, Phil Spencer's sitting in his office, okay? And he's beginning to think for himself, like, well, all right, we'll reenact it for you with the liberties and conjecture. Okay, so he's sitting in his office, of course, he's got his hoodie on and whatnot, and let's be honest, he's obviously a huge Shyzabox fan and whatnot, so Phil Spencer, he's sitting in his office, he's got his hoodie on, and this is a hoodie, obviously, in the reenactment hat here, but we couldn't put on a hoodie and even necessarily bring out the magnificent marvelousness that is Phil Spencer's hoodie selection and collections and things of that nature. So anyhow, he has his Shyzabox custom-made hoodie on because he Loves Shyzabox after all. He's sitting there. I am Phil Spencer. I am getting bored of these Apex Legends weapons charms that I am putting in the perks section. I better just start dropping a shit ton of awesome rad games and make sure that my service model and methodology is working. Let me call the Gamepass department. And he gets on his phone. Gamepass department, pick up. I am Phil Spencer. And the Gamepass department like, oh shit, the phone, the glowing phone's glowing. Quick, quick, shh, shh, shh. Turn off that awesome show choir music we were listening to. Shh. Phil Spencer, sir, this is Gamepass department reporting for duty, sir. This is Phil Spencer. Yes, sir, Phil Spencer. What can we do for you? Put a fuck ton of awesome-ass games on Game Pass or you're fired. Also, call legal, buy 4 studios, close 2 of them, cancel 8 of the games being made and developed, put out 1 of them, and send me a website for some hoodies to shop for. I'm Phil Spencer. And he hangs up. Yes, sir, Phil Spencer. And he's like, oh, well, hey, fucking shit. Calls legal. Hey, legal. Yeah, typical rigmarole. Philly, Daddy Phil gave me some directives for you. Yeah, something about 4 studios, close to it. Yeah, just do whatever. And yeah, legal jargon. Yep. All right, that's you. Yeah, I gotta get on this Game Pass shit. All right, yep, I know. Yeah, I hope he calls you next time. Yeah. I don't know why he doesn't just, have meetings with all of us. I don't know, whatever. And, they hang up, and then he's like, the Game Pass guy, this isn't Phil Spencer anymore, right? So, Phil Spencer, he is in his office, he's back to hoodie shopping, everything like that. So, you got him over here in Game Pass department. All right, guys, they're coming down on us pretty hard from the top. Mitchell, Evans, you guys are fired. I just didn't like those guys. They think that Daddy Phil gave that order, and they're like, oh, fuck, I guess Daddy Phil fired us, and they fucking leave. Looks like they quit, because they stopped showing up to work. But, that's some underhanded shit that this guy did. Again, conjecture, a lot of liberties, probably not how it went down and happened. Okay, back to it. No, fucking get out of this shit. Fucking end scene. No, we're not done with the scene yet. You better end this shit. You're gonna give us a fucking Shyzabox. We're gonna bash you. Don't you do it. You won't fucking dare. Yeah, fucking take that. Ah! All right, monkeys down. We gotta finish this reenactment. It'll be out for like 2 minutes. We gotta finish in 1. All right, so, Game Pass department there. They're like, all right, fucking, Mitchell Evans or whoever the fuck he fired, they're fucking gone. He's like, all right, drop some games. Get some games going. Oblivion Remake, on there, now! And scene. All right. So, again, a lot of liberties, a lot of conjecture on our part and behalf. Not necessarily how any of it went down or transpired or came about or anything like that. But maybe in an alternate universe or reality somewhere, something along those lines, maybe possibly could have potentially happened in some way, shape, or form. Anyhow. Game Pass has been knocking it out of the park. So whatever orders Daddy Phil has been given, us here at Shyzabox are relishing in all the greatness that is around for us. You might have heard of a little game that came out the end of last year called Stalker 2. You still haven't fucking beat that shit, have you? You still haven't even fucking finished it. You lazy asshole. Go play some fucking games. Shut up, monkey. Oh, we gotta go play some games. But yes, ironically, you're right. Of course we're right. We're always right, dumbass. Fair enough. Get out of here. Yeah, this shit sucks. I'll see you at Mark's later. All right, see you. Anyhow, little game called Stalker 2. We still haven't completed that shit. We gotta go back through it. And, oh man, this isn't gonna be good. Oh, you still haven't beat Indiana Jones yet, you lazy, suck-ass boomer gamer, going to bed at 7 fucking o'clock at night. Shut up, monkey. It's the early bird special at 5 at the restaurant. And when we're full, we get sleepy. Oh, this fucking sucks. We still haven't beat Indiana Jones or finished our time with that one. And, oh, don't you fucking do it. Don't you fucking do it. Shh. Don't you talk about South of Midnight. Hey, no, don't do it. We happen to. No, don't talk about South of Midnight. Shut up. Oh. He'll leave us alone for a minute. He doesn't want another one. South of Midnight. Still haven't finished that one. Of course, we've gotten another chapter or two into it. We're still questioning a lot of the stuff that we had heard that we're supposed to be irate and mad at and things of that nature. But we will finish it in its entirety. Figure out where we're going with our completed thoughts on that then. But as of now, we think a lot of people led us astray and we're not telling the truth. But we have a whole South of Midnight thing that you should probably not watch and just give us $1 for that one too. We already did the fucking work. But point is that that's yet another title that's on there to go with the Indiana Jones and the Stalker 2s that we haven't finished. So however many hours of gameplay are left on that, you know what they've dropped now? Expedition 33. The fucking 33 Immortals or whatever the fuck. Oblivion 4 remake, remaster. That other indie game with like, the retro kind of vibey, Philly, look to it and everything like that. We got so many games that we're downloading, we're having to fucking delete shit we're not even done with yet to download new shit we haven't even fucking played yet, and we want to keep on the shit we're not even fucking done yet. There's so many fucking games hitting Game Pass left and right now at this point in time that at the point in time we were questioning why are we still maintaining and remaining with this subscription service that is costing us about approximately the cost of 3 new games and things of that nature, across the duration of a year. Okay, and that's a heavy investment on a brand new game purchase. Now you can get cheap used games, you can go through backlogs, you can avoid purchasing games and things of that nature during an entire year or whatever. Acquire your free Epic games and acquire a catalog of games that way. That's fantastic. That's very nice of them. We love you, Epic. You're very good. Oh, you gonna piss off Xbox? We'll never piss off Xbox. Oh, yeah? Well, I think there's a couple things that might piss them off. Shut up! The point is that we got so many games now hitting Game Pass that there is no question in that monthly fee or anything like that anymore because we are ahead of the game and then some. As far as the sheer amount of whether you argue it good or not as good as other content out there. In the case of this, not good content. Shut up! We're talking about games. I'm talking about this shit. Shut up. Everyone already knows. You're not pointing out anything anyone doesn't already know. They just don't have anything else to watch right now. Yeah, fucking well, you really should. Shut up. You're going to chase off the rest of the part of ones of them that fell asleep watching this. They're going to wake up and turn it off. Then we won't get any views. There's so many games hitting Game Pass now that they have finally, seemingly hit their stride on releases and what's coming out. So even when titles make people upset or aren't the ones that are desired as far as what is hitting Game Pass at a time, you have all these other games. What is there? Another NHL new one on there? They occasionally drop the Maddens and things of that nature with the EA Play blend-in mix on the Game Pass Ultimate Value Super Plus subscription, whatever. Game Pass has hit its stride, and these games coming out and releasing, and just when you think you're, oh man, that game isn't coming out for another 30 days or a month, and now the next, maybe bigger title folks looking forward to, the next Doom of the, old dark medieval ages, whatever the fuck, okay? You should know it. Shut up. Who cares? Doom, the new one. Just when you're thinking it's going to be a while before these next iterations and releases hit the marketplace and bring to the player and the gamer and the motherfucking player for the motherfucking subscription to Game Pass, right? On that monthly basis. Before you know it, you're drowning in titles that are being released. And arguably some of them have a good iteration and variety of hours with which one can devote and dedicate time. There's still shit like Brotato on there, indie retro-y kind of looking games too, that you can play. All the old Blizzard Arcade and such, on there. Okay, maybe not the best games, but the service is dropping them continually and putting them on there and giving you new stuff to play. So, on those little seeming gaps where there's nothing, all of a sudden there's a bombardment of content. And you start thinking about those titles that, yes, you haven't gone back through, that are still installed maybe. Your Stalker 2s, your Indiana Jones, are we the only one who hasn't beaten those yet? Perhaps. Maybe we did fall asleep a little too early because of the boomer nature in us, okay? Our bedtime may be early. But that's because we get off work early because we hate doing it. Then we get tired. And, after a full day of avoiding work at all costs, we need our beauty rest and stuff. So, the point of all of it is that inherently Game Pass has hit its stride, and with any lulls of waiting on those bigger titles to come out, if you evaluate and look at the backlog, okay, potentially there's some stuff there that you are missing that you haven't completed. Maybe worth another scroll through of the entire catalog to see what's there that you never went through or completed. Did you ever do all of the earlier Gears of Wars and things of that? Some fantastic hours of fun there. Okay? Couple of the Halos is. Maybe you can go back through a campaign or two on that. Couple hours of fun there. Then before you know it, Doom of the Dark Medieval Middle Ages comes out. And it's like, wow. Doom of the Dark Medieval Middle Ages, this shit's great. Probably, presumably. I don't know. Or you'd be like, well, fuck it, I'll just go play Grand Theft Auto 5. And it's like, well, I already own that, and they put it on Game Pass anyway. But hey, ones of people might not have owned that game. Now they can rock some Grand Theft Auto 5. Good fun. There's a couple hours of gameplay there. If you can find it. There's not a lot to do, but, Grand Theft Auto has some inherent fun factor to it. Game Pass has so much content that when you're waiting for the new content to drop and it seems like there isn't anything to play and all of the perks suck ass, we don't need an Apex Legends weapon charm. Thank you. Very nice of you, Xbox Game Pass. But the content that you've been dropping and continually dropping, even if there is issue here or there with some of it, and not every title's going to be for everyone, we don't necessarily like all of those tempo games and stuff that come out, but you can beat that shit in like 20 fucking minutes, and yeah, that's not a lot of time, but at least you didn't buy that shit for even $5 fucking bucks. Okay? There's so much content on there, a little of something for everyone. Unlike the show, something for no one. Shut up! Good one. Thanks. There's so much stuff on Game Pass to keep us busy, to keep us looking at our backlog and, getting overwhelmed at times. Almost like you've walked into a Buc-ee's and we're like, what the buck is this shit? That beaver-biting bastard tried to touch me financially in all sorts of ways. And, he had his way with me on a fountain drink or beaver nuggets or two. Can't say that he didn't. And we don't regret that at all. It was a nice, pleasurable experience and interaction. But the point is, be overwhelmed with the sheer amount of stuff that's there when you start looking at your backlog and thinking of what you haven't necessarily gone through or that you're done with in every realm, way, shape, or form. Had you gone through all Diablo 4 or whatever the fuck, Any of those? Didn't they just put a Diablo 3 back on there or something? Or that was already on there? I don't know. But there's a couple hours of gameplay in those too. Okay? Every game might not be for everyone, but if you look, the hours are there, the content's there, the fun factor's there in a lot of them. Except maybe Grand Theft Auto 5, you gotta look for it a little bit, okay? Or it is there. I don't know. We confuse that with other games all the time. It doesn't matter. What does matter is that we're definitely done talking about this shit. There's a lot of stuff to Game Pass, so, whatever. That's it. The episode's over now. You're beginning to leave footprints on our grass. We don't need your subscription, but we want your money, so downvote the shit out of this and give us a buck. Get off our lawn!